there! Today we're going to learn how to make round clay beads. So the first thing that you need is a ruler, a knife, a skewer, a wire cutter, and a spray bottle. Of course, the most important thing you need is clay. I use Dave's Porcelain. It's Cone 10 from Laguna. And the reason that I use this is because it's very soft, has no grit, and it fires pretty light, so it picks up on really any color of glaze that I want to put on it. Now you're going to go ahead and use your wire cutter to cut a small chunk of clay off your block. And as you can see here, I probably cut a little too much, but you're just going to need a little bit depending on how many beads you're really planning on making. And don't forget to always close up your bag when you are not using it. I'm going to take the clay and start to smash it down into something that's more manageable to roll out a coil. And I like to start all my beads as coils. That way I can make sure that they're all a consistent size and each bead has the same amount of clay. If you find you're having a hard time rolling a consistent coil, try just using the palm of your hand and stopping at your knuckles. Also, don't push down on your coil. The only weight that really should be on it is just the weight of your hands. You shouldn't be applying really any pressure. And also, always keep your hands moving to avoid getting thin spots that will eventually break. Here I'm just taking my knife and I'm going to cut off the ends. They seem to taper off a little bit, so I'm going to cut them off, and that way I can make sure that one bead will not have a little more or a little less clay than another. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line up my coil with it, and I'm going to start to make some marks, and that's where I'm going to cut, and it will determine how big each bead will be. And this is why we want a nice consistent coil, and also why we use our ruler. All right, time to start rolling out some beads. Now make sure your coil hasn't dried at all. Otherwise you're gonna get a bunch of little cracks in your bead. If so, you just need like a drop of water on your hand and you can start rolling it out. And you want a nice round sphere, but it is gonna change shape a little bit and you will always have a chance to bring it back to the right shape. So don't worry too much about that. But now I'm gonna take my bamboo skewer and I'm going to insert it while I'm twisting into the side until I can just see it start to poke out of the other side. There it is. And now I'm going to gently pull it out and insert it right there where I saw it poking out and watch it come through. And see, there it is. And again, I'm still twisting and being delicate to try and keep the shape. But now I'm gonna go ahead and roll the bead again. But I'm not putting any pressure. This is simply just to refine the shape a little bit more. You can always put the skewer back in to open the hole up if you need to. And depending on what you're putting your bead on, whether it's a chain or a cord, your hole may need to be a different size, and so you can slide it further onto the skewer. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoy making beads of all sizes. Check back for some other videos on how to make some different types of jewelry.